What do you think when you see a king crab leg on your dinner plate? Most diners never imagine the industrial symphony that brought it there, where 50,000 massive crustaceans worth $12 million move through factory floors in a single day. Hidden within Alaska's remote processing plants lies one of the most valuable seafood operations on Earth, where a single Alaskan king crab can command $240 wholesale, and individual legs sell for $85 per pound in premium restaurants from Las Vegas to Dubai. I've spent 12 years investigating the world's most extreme food industries, and what I discovered inside America's king crab factories will change how you see these armored titans of the deep forever. This isn't just about seafood processing. This is about floating fortresses that operate 24 hours a day in sub-zero temperatures, where workers process 2.4 million pounds of crab in 72 hours, and where a single processing error can cost companies $300,000 in spoiled inventory. From vessels that battle 40-foot waves to harvest creatures weighing 24 pounds each, to precision factories where robotic systems crack shells worth more than gold, join me as we discover how Alaska's king crab industry feeds a $2.8 billion global luxury market. Most people see king crab processing as simple seafood preparation, but what they don't realize is that facilities like the Trident Seafoods plant in Akutan, Alaska, operate like precision aerospace manufacturing centers, processing 18 million pounds of king crab annually through systems that NASA engineers helped design. These aren't basic canneries. They're floating cities anchored in the Bering Sea, complete with their own power plants, water treatment facilities, and climate-controlled environments that maintain exact temperatures within 1 degree for optimal meat preservation. The red king crab, Alaska's most prized species, arrives at processing plants still alive after journeys from fishing grounds 200 miles into the Arctic Ocean. Each crab weighs between 6 and 24 pounds, with leg spans reaching 5 feet across and shells thick enough to require pneumatic crackers generating 800 pounds of pressure per square inch. The economics are staggering. Premium red king crab sells wholesale for $35 to $45 per pound, while the largest specimens, called colossal grade, command $65 per pound before reaching restaurants where individual legs cost diners $125. Processing facilities operate like automated jewelry factories, handling biological treasures worth more per pound than silver. The Kodiak Island Processing Complex alone employs 2,400 workers during peak season, operating 3 shifts around the clock to process catches worth $47 million in a single week. Each facility contains specialized equipment worth $25 million, steam cookers the size of subway cars, mechanical crackers that extract meat without shell fragments, and blast freezers capable of dropping temperatures to minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit in 12 minutes. The scale defies imagination. A single processing vessel like the 738-foot American Seafoods factory ship can process 850,000 pounds of king crab in 48 hours, with conveyor systems moving 12,000 crabs per hour through automated sorting, cooking, and packaging lines. Workers grade each crab by size and quality, with jumbo specimens measuring 2+ pounds per leg, commanding premium prices that support 15,000 Alaskan jobs and generate $890 million in annual economic impact. But what if I told you there's an even more dangerous approach where vessels risk everything to harvest these underwater giants in conditions that claim lives every season? In the nightmare waters of the Bering Sea, where hurricane-force winds create 50-foot swells and temperatures plummet to minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit, with wind chills reaching negative 80 degrees Fahrenheit, crab boats battle conditions so extreme that the Coast Guard considers king crab fishing America's deadliest profession. These modern gladiators risk everything for catches that can net $2 million in 5 days. Operating vessels worth $8 million in seas that have claimed 348 fishing boats since 1990. The equipment alone reads like military specifications. Steel-hulled vessels reinforced to break through 6-inch ice, hydraulic crab pot launchers capable of handling 800-pound steel traps, and crane systems rated for 15,000-pound loads that must operate in 35-foot seas. Professional king crab vessels invest $4.2 million in gear designed to function where commercial shipping won't venture, including navigation systems that can track crab pots in zero-visibility blizzards and emergency equipment rated for Arctic survival. These underwater treasure hunters deploy massive steel cages called pots, each weighing 800 pounds empty and costing $3,500, baited with 50 pounds of herring and dropped to ocean depths of 600 feet where king crabs congregate in underwater cities. A single string of 40 pots represents a $140,000 investment that can yield $180,000 worth of crab in 48 hours.
The human cost is devastating. King crab fishing has a fatality rate 80 times higher than average American occupations, with hypothermia, crushing injuries from shifting crab pots, and men overboard accounting for deaths that occur every season. In 2019, 5 crabbers died when the 98-foot vessel Scandies Rose sank in 15-foot seas, carrying $200,000 worth of processed crab to the bottom along with the crew. Yet the rewards justify ultimate risks for those willing to gamble their lives. A successful king crab captain operating prime grounds near the Pribilof Islands can earn $400,000 in a 6-week season, while crew members split shares worth $80,000, $150,000 each. The largest recorded single pot haul contained 47 king crabs weighing 680 pounds total, worth $24,000 in 5 minutes of fishing that required 8 months of preparation and risked 6 lives. Yet thousands of miles away, a completely different approach honors ancient traditions while serving the same luxury markets with remarkable efficiency. In the remote villages of the Aleutian Islands, where Unangan peoples have harvested crabs for over 4,000 years, traditional methods produce some of the highest quality king crab meat commanding premium prices in Japan's most exclusive sushi restaurants. The village of Unalaska, with just 4,700 residents, processes 180 million worth of crab annually using techniques that combine ancestral knowledge with selective modern technology. No factory ships, no industrial automation, just intimate understanding passed down through 120 generations of maritime peoples who can predict crab movements by reading ocean currents, weather patterns and seasonal migrations invisible to modern sonar. Traditional Unangan harvesters use smaller boats, 32-foot aluminum vessels that can navigate shallow kelp beds where the largest king crabs hide during molting season, areas too dangerous for commercial fleets. Village cooperatives like the Unalashka Corporation employ 180 local residents who hand-select each crab for size and quality, processing only mature males over 6.5 inches carapace width while releasing females and undersized specimens sustainable. Practices that maintain population levels commercial fishing struggles to achieve. These traditional methods produce king crab with superior meat texture that commands $15–25 per pound premium over factory-processed crab in discriminating markets. Master crabber Paul Merkelief, whose great-grandfather taught him to listen to the crab's shell song during cooking, can determine optimal processing times by sound alone, producing meat with 35% less water weight and superior flavor profiles. Village processing produces just 400,000 pounds annually, compared to industrial operations, millions. But this scarcity drives luxury market demand, where Tokyo's Tsukiji fish buyers pay $95 per pound for traditionally processed king crab. The cultural harvest generates $12 million annually for Aleutian communities while maintaining ecological practices that support long-term sustainability. Traditional processors supply exclusive restaurants in Anchorage and Seattle that specifically advertise native harvested Alaska king crab, charging diners $140 for preparations that honor both the product and its cultural heritage. Waiting lists for traditionally processed crab extend 6 months, with orders placed by Michelin-starred chefs who understand that authenticity and tradition command the highest premiums in luxury seafood markets. But for the ultimate expression of king crab luxury, we must examine processing facilities where individual specimens undergo treatments more precise than fine jewelry crafting. But for the ultimate luxury, we must journey to the climate-controlled laboratories where super-colossal king crabs, specimens weighing over 4 pounds per leg, undergo processing so precise it resembles surgical procedures. These rare giants, representing less than 2% of the total catch, command prices of $125 per pound wholesale and sell for $285 per pound in premium restaurants where individual legs cost diners $220. The exclusive process reads like haute couture for crustaceans. At Seattle's premium seafood processing facility, each super-colossal crab receives individual attention from master processors who train for 2 years to perfect techniques originally developed for Japanese kaiseki cuisine. These specialists use surgical-grade tools to extract meat without damaging cell structure, working in 38-degree rooms where humidity is controlled to 0.1%. Precision to prevent moisture loss that could cost $50. For crab and quality degradation, time. Investment spans the creature's entire journey. Super-colossal king crabs take 15 to 20 years to reach maximum size in the wild, and processing these prehistoric giants requires 45 minutes per specimen compared to 3 minutes for standard crabs. Each leg undergoes X-ray scanning to map internal structure before custom cutting that preserves maximum meat sections. The process demands such precision that a single processing error can reduce a $400 crab's value by 60%. These coveted specimens serve markets that treat king crab like liquid gold. Premium processors like Global Gourmet Seafoods maintain client lists of 200 ultra-high-end restaurants worldwide, with exclusive contracts guaranteeing first access to the largest specimens. A single 28-pound super-colossal king crab, processed to perfection, sells for $200 to restaurants where it becomes a centerpiece dinner for 8 diners costing $450 per person. The ultimate irony, these massive creatures, which survived in Arctic waters for 20 years, spend their final moments receiving treatment more careful than most humans receive in medical procedures. Processors use nitrogen-flushed packaging, temperature-controlled transport in $50,000 specialized containers, and tracking systems that monitor every super-colossal crab from processing table to restaurant kitchen, a supply chain where a single temperature deviation can destroy $100,000 worth of inventory in 6 hours. Yet the future of this entire industry depends on technologies that could revolutionize both harvesting and processing while preserving the traditions that define premium quality. Yet, This entire king crab industry faces unprecedented challenges as climate change shifts Arctic ice. Patterns and warming waters force crab populations to migrate 300 miles northward into previously unfishable territories. Traditional fishing grounds near Dutch Harbor have experienced 40% population declines as ocean temperatures rise beyond king crab's optimal 35–39 F range, forcing the industry to invest $250 million in longer-range vessels and processing technologies. Innovation responds with revolutionary solutions that combine satellite tracking with underwater robotics. The Alaska Seafood Cooperative has deployed $18 million in autonomous underwater vehicles that map crab populations in real time, using sonar arrays to identify concentration areas without deploying traditional survey gear. These pioneering systems can track 50,000 individual crabs across 2,000 square miles of ocean floor, providing harvest data that increases efficiency by 300% while reducing bycatch processing. Facilities now incorporate artificial intelligence systems that grade each crab using computer vision technology, identifying size, quality, and optimal processing techniques in 0.3 seconds per specimen. Robotic processing lines at the new $45 million Kodiak facility can handle 15,000 crabs per hour while maintaining quality standards that previously required manual inspection, reducing labor costs by 35% while increasing accuracy. The balance required involves reconciling traditional fishing communities with technological advancement. New regulations mandate electronic monitoring systems on all crab vessels while supporting community-based processing cooperatives that preserve cultural practices. Blockchain tracking systems now follow each crab from ocean to table, allowing consumers to verify sustainable harvesting while supporting premium pricing for responsibly caught specimens. Revolutionary. Breeding programs aim to develop climate-resilient crab populations through selective breeding techniques adapted from aquaculture. Scientists at the Alaska Fisheries Science Center use genetic sequencing to identify temperature-tolerant traits, working toward farm-raised king crab programs that could supplement wild catches within 15 years. The future vision encompasses an industry where technology preserves both sustainability and profitability. Within a decade, marine biologists project that satellite-guided harvesting, AI-powered processing, and climate-adapted management will support a $4.2 billion king crab industry that serves global luxury markets while maintaining the ecological balance that has sustained these armored giants for millions of years. From simple seafood dinners to underwater fortunes worth millions. We've seen how king crab represents the intersection of nature's most extreme creatures with humanity's most sophisticated food systems. This extraordinary journey takes us from factory ships battling Arctic storms for catches worth $2 million per voyage, to traditional Aleutian harvesters preserving 4,000-year-old techniques, to precision processing facilities where individual crustaceans receive treatment more careful than precious gemstones. The next time you encounter king crab on a restaurant menu, remember the armored titans that survived 2 decades in Arctic waters, the brave souls who risked their lives harvesting them in America's most dangerous occupation, and the master processors who transformed these prehistoric creatures into culinary treasures. What other hidden industries do you think operate in the world's most extreme environments? Let me know in the comments below. and subscribe for more investigations into the remarkable stories behind the foods that connect us to the planet's most challenging frontiers.